Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome back to one of my videos. If you're new here, my name is Jalen, and as y'all read from the title, we're going to be doing a different type of video today. I'm going to be telling y'all everything I know about how to start and grow your YouTube channel in 2025, giving you tips and just all the advice that I know. And I'm also going to be doing a thumbnail tutorial in the middle of this video if you guys want some help on how I do my thumbnails and just giving y'all all the tips that I know about that too. But I'm going to be having timestamps in this video, so if you want to go to a certain part, link down in the description down below, and I have everything labeled out into the different sections, and hopefully this helps y'all and y'all can start your own YouTube channel. So let's just get into it. Before we get into this, I want to tell y'all that I'm using my iPad, so if I'm looking down a lot, it's because I'm just referring to what I have wrote in my notes. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So first, we're gonna start with starting out. So before you even make your YouTube channel, you have to have these things. So first, you need to have a good channel name. I have changed my name in the past. It used to be Jalen Brooklyn's Life because I was sharing my channel with my friend, but then I switched it over to Jalen Miracle, and it's just my first and middle name, which is a very good channel name because it's unique to you. It's easy to remember. Your viewers can grow a connection with you because like it's just your first and middle name, so it's just something you can always refer to, so your viewers can refer to you as your name or like a nickname. That's also a really good channel name. The only thing I could say about channel names is just not having a very long channel name because it's easy to forget if it's super long, and then I personally don't really want to be searching up very long names because I have bad memory, so I will forget the name, and then also it's harder to find you through my subscriptions if the name is super long or if the name is forgetful. So y'all want to have a very strong channel name and just a name that your viewers can remember you as. The next two things go together is having a good banner and a good description. So if you go on YouTube on your computer or on your TV, you should be able to see the banner for many of the YouTubers here. But if you go on YouTube on your phone, I don't think you can see the banner. You may can, but the banner is basically just like the banner of your page. My banner is just like a green background and then just has my channel name on there. Very simple. I didn't really know what else I could put on there, but you can do like cute symbols, you can do like flowers with your channel name, you can do pictures of yourself with your channel name in front of the pictures. That's super cute. You can do whatever you want with banners and just make it unique to you. You can use Canva to make your banners. It already has the template in Canva, so if you just type in YouTube banner or YouTube thumbnail, you can just come up with an empty banner, an empty thumbnail, and then you can just do whatever you want to it, save it, and then upload it to your YouTube channel. Then you want to have a good description, so you can really just make the description unique to you. I thank you guys for watching in my description, and I also sometimes do a recap of what the video was about. The description is probably the main thing that viewers look at because they're able to just click it while they're even watching the video or even before the video even starts and just go through it and know a little bit more about you. In this description, you can add some frequently asked questions. That's what I do. I have a couple questions in there. You can add your business email into the description, which is very good, and you just really just do whatever you want in the description because you have many characters to work with, so you can really just go out and just put whatever you want in the description. And then next, which is very important when starting a YouTube channel, is finding your niche. A niche is just like a topic that you surround your whole YouTube channel like with. So the certain topics you can go for is like lifestyle content, beauty, ASMR, fitness, health, like just all that, informationals, just gaming, just a lot of different topics that you can do with your YouTube channel, and you really don't have to stick to one thing. But if you're doing lifestyle, you really shouldn't be doing fitness and informationals too because they're kind of not really close to each other. But if you're doing lifestyle, you can do beauty, you can do ASMR, you can do gaming. Not saying if you're doing informational content you can't do a vlog, I'm not saying that, but you want to make sure your niche is just not too many things. You want to stick to one thing or one or two things because you just don't want your channel to just be about like everything. You just want to make your channel about a couple things so that your viewers can always come back to you like, okay, she makes great vlogs, so I'm gonna also click on her channel to see her vlogs, or she makes great beauty content, I want to see what her makeup routine is, or I love the way she games, I'm gonna keep watching her because she does gaming. If you always doing gaming videos and then one day you do a vlog, I don't really think a lot of people will want to click on it because they're used to you doing gaming content. So if you have a niche and you just stick it with it for years, you want to just keep sticking with that niche. So that's why before you even start a channel, you just want to really know what you're committing to. Not like it's a big commitment. Like, you can also have a gaming channel and you can also have a lifestyle channel, but I don't really see the two things combining very well. When I had Vlogmas, I really went outside my comfort zone and tried a whole bunch of things. So I did beauty, I did vlogs, I did some painting videos, so art can also be your niche. And then I did some gaming videos too. I don't know, did I say gaming? I think I might have did. But I did a lot of things during Vlogmas, and Vlogmas is a perfect time to experiment with different things. But when you're just starting out, you just want to stick to just a couple things. And the last thing with starting out is having a good business email. Personally, I don't have a business email, but I'm in the works of making one because I do want to grow and I do want to work with brands. So having your business email in your description is a perfect place, because when a brand sees your channel, they can just hit the description and then email you about any brand deals. And then the last thing is, overall, it's not really important to the last topic, just overall, consistency is key. That's the main thing with YouTube, because YouTube only pushes you out if you are making videos and you're making like good content. So you want to have a great title, you want to have a great thumbnail, and you just want to be able to just show your personality. You don't have to pretend and be something you're not. When it comes to YouTube, you should just let your personality shine and the right audience will come towards you. And then you also want to stay consistent. That's one thing that I've been working with, is trying to stay consistent. I've been doing YouTube since my freshman fall semester, and I'm now a sophomore, and it's spring and it's almost the end of spring. So I've been doing it for about 2 years ish. It doesn't really feel like 2 years, but I think about like 2 years ish, and or like a year and a half, close to 2. And it has definitely been interesting. I learned a lot, but the main thing I feel like I should have focused on is being consistent, because that's really when you see growth. Okay, now we're gonna get into the Q&A part of the video, and the first question is, how often do you have to post? So honestly, it's up to you. I post Tuesdays and Fridays when I can, so just 2 times a week, but you can post 3 times a week, you can post 1 time a week. It's really up to you. And I also try to start mixing videos and shorts together, because shorts are very good with pushing you out there, getting you a lot of views and getting people to notice your channel. And not saying that they don't push out regular videos, but shorts really get pushed out a lot. So if you are starting and you want to know if you can just post like 1 video and just a lot of shorts, that's good. Or you can do 2 videos and still do a lot of shorts. It's really up to you and how you edit and how fast you can just upload and post and all that. But I want to say, just don't be posting videos that you don't really feel strongly about. I try my best to not do that. I try to spend good time on each video, because if you're just trying to push out content just to grow, you won't be able to really connect with your audience. So you want to be able to just take your time and just work at a pace. So I think in the past, I never really had a schedule about posting on YouTube. I just started to try to stick to a schedule of Tuesdays and Fridays, because that's just worked with me being in school and stuff like that. So you really just have to know yourself and what works for you. The next question is, do you have to start with a camera? No, you do not have to start with a camera. You can start with your phone. I actually started with my phone. I don't know how many videos in until I switched to a camera. I can look it up, but I have the Sony Zv1F. My mom bought me this camera during the summer, but before I even had this camera, I was literally doing everything on this phone right here. It is an iPhone 14 Pro, and it doesn't have the best camera. Like, it's not the best phone ever, but it did what it had to do, and it got me to do a lot of content for you guys. Looking at what I have here, I did, I believe, 3 videos, maybe 4, with just this phone. I don't think I've deleted anything. I might have, I don't know. But I've done 4 videos with just my phone, and the quality is not the best. You know, camera quality is obviously better, but if you film with your back camera and if you put your phone in 4K, you'll be able to get a good amount of like clearness with your videos. Since it is iPhone does make great cameras, and you should be able to just film on your phone. A lot of people film on your phone. You do not have to get a camera immediately because you want to be able to know that you're going to stick with it. You don't want to just buy a very expensive camera and then just stop doing YouTube. So I would say just start out with a phone, save up for a camera, talk to your parents about maybe giving you a camera, or maybe you can get one off of Depop. They have very cheap cameras on Depop. Or just getting one used. Nothing's wrong with a used camera if you were still saving up for one. And yeah, you don't really have to start with a camera. You can just start on your phone. The next question is, what should be my first video? This is kind of a hard question to answer because it's really up to you. My first video was actually a vlog, which is kind of bad to say because people say you shouldn't really do vlogs because vlogs don't really get pushed out, and that's true. Vlogs really don't get pushed out because people don't really know you. But my first vlog was an HBCU vlog, and it was moving day, which is very popular when I posted that video. So around like August or around January, whatever semester that you're in and you go to an HBCU, people love college content, and that's just really what my niche is. It's just college content, maybe a little bit of just side vlogs sometimes, but mostly I try to focus on college content, and that's just what the first video was about. I think it did okay for a first video, and it's just something that people who might come to the school can look at. If you just type in my school name, then you'll able to see my videos. So that's really why I really wanted to do college content, because since I'm here, I love vlogging. I can just combine the both together. But I didn't really answer the question, sorry y'all. So your first video, don't make it a Q&A because honestly, some people don't really want to see Q&As. You should just make it really about what your niche is. You can do your makeup routine with like what your playlist is. You can do a morning routine, a night routine. You can do a vlog. You can do a gaming video. You do some ASMR. You can do a fitness video, and then maybe the next one can be a Q&A. But then you can mix the Q&A with like paint with me while I do a Q&A, or come eat with me while we do a Q&A, or just like combining different things together and just not making it a full sit down video, because I have bad attention span, so I know everyone else probably does too, and I cannot watch a sit down video for too long before I unfortunately click off. So you just want to make sure your first video is just very engaging, but just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just make the video you, and if you don't see immediate views, don't give up. Like, YouTube takes a long time to get like a viral video, and it's not really about viral videos. Just have fun and just have fun. Like, I don't really know what else to say. The next question is, how do you get over filming in public? Okay, so actually I think I'm good with filming in public. Like, I feel like I don't really get embarrassed a lot anymore. Like, it is what it is. I'm gonna make my content, and there's a lot of content creators now. Like, when I started YouTube back in like 2020 with my friend, there was not really that many people just holding a camera in public. But now that it's 2025, literally everyone does like content creating. If it's like Instagram, if it's TikTok, if it's YouTube, if it's just anything, just everyone is just making content. So I'm not really that embarrassed anymore. But some tips on how to not be shy: when I'm like holding my camera in public and I'm just talking to it, it's just me and y'all. Like, I'm not worried about anything else but like around me. I'm just worried about just talking to y'all. So that's really just something that you should just test out. Maybe like walk around your neighborhood, or like do like a fake vlog if you're like hanging out with your family, and just like hold your camera or hold your phone and just talk to the camera and just get comfortable with talking to the camera, because I'm still not comfortable talking to the camera. I mess up my words a lot, and a lot of my videos, probably this one too, it has a lot of cuts because I just be fumbling over my words. But that's okay. It really have to work up to being comfortable around the camera. It's just not something you can immediately get, and it's not really a bad thing to film in public. Just don't really film others without their consent, and just get comfortable with doing it. The next question is, how do you come up with vlog ideas? I basically just see what trends are going around and stick to that. Like, when I redid my room, that wasn't really a trend, but I'm like, I'm redoing my room, let me show y'all. And that's what I did. And then for college content, I do like study with me vlogs. I did my homecoming vlogs because homecoming is very popular in college. Move-in vlogs, move-out vlogs are popular. Morning routines, night routines, what else, pep rallies, just all that is very popular when you're like vlogging. And just not even like vlog ideas, you can just look at what other people are doing and kind of see if you like that and kind of just make it into your own way. Don't fully copy somebody's content, like that's not right. You have to like be unique and just make up your own ideas, even if someone else is doing the same vlog as you. Like if you just did a summer vlog, someone else just did a summer vlog, it's probably gonna happen because it's summer and everybody wants to do summer vlogs. But like, don't fully like try to copy someone else's content. You have to like build your own personality and just connect with your viewers in a different way than how that person may connect with their viewers. The next question is, why did you start your channel? So like I've stated probably throughout this whole video, I had a YouTube channel with my friend and we were doing YouTube for like years. And I really just like talking to the camera. I love editing. I love editing so much. I love just doing different things, trying out new things. So the main thing is mostly just editing. I love to edit, but then also I love sharing my life with others. I don't really think I have an aesthetic life. Like, I'm not reaching to have an aesthetic life. I just love documenting things, and I always love to look back at my old vlogs and like, wow, that's really was fun, or just like stuff like that. So just filming like stuff that are like sentimental is cool. So that's also why I started college content, because when I finally graduate, like I'm about to be a junior, when I look back at my freshman year self, I'm just like, wow, like I was like totally different. So it's just cool to see myself in that way. And yeah, I just really love vlogging. And the last question is, how can I promote my videos? So how I promote my videos is, once I make my video, I take my preview and I save it and send it to myself on my phone, and then I post it on Instagram, I post it on TikTok, and then I also provide the link on Instagram for people to click on it if they follow me on Instagram. And then for YouTube, for TikTok, I have my YouTube channel linked in my bio, and I also have it linked in my Instagram bio too. And then you really just use hashtags on TikTok. Hashtags will be your best friend. You can do hashtag YouTuber, hashtag beginning YouTuber, hashtag YouTube video, YouTube channel. Just hashtags are just really good, because when someone types in YouTube channel on YouTube or on TikTok, your content might pop up. For Instagram, it might be a little different, but staying with Instagram, I have my Instagram in my description, I have my TikTok in my description. So if someone is on my TikTok and they're like, oh, she has Instagram, then go to my Instagram, like, oh, she has a YouTube channel. And it's just ways to just connect all the social media apps together and just make it for your benefit. Next, we're going to talk about all the camera equipment that I use. So I'm going to just list some of the things and explain them a little bit too. So first I have on here is just iPhone. If you have a phone, you can just make content on your phone. Like, you don't need a camera. And then I also have the Sony Zv1F on here, because that's the camera I have. I love it so much. I don't know anything else about other vlogging cameras, but if you have the money for a Sony Zv1F, it's easy to use, it's beginner friendly. There's so many tips on TikTok, so many tips on YouTube on how to use the camera if you need help on how to use the camera, because to this day I still don't know how to use it. But it's very easy to work with, so you don't know all the tips with using the camera, but you know most of the things and how to just work it. And then if you have a camera or if you have a phone, you need a tripod. Like, I have a tripod on right now, and I had one for my phone too when I was filming like in public, because tripods are just easy to sit on like a surface and not have your phone like lean over. Because before I even had a tripod with my phone, I was using books, I was using like air freshener, I was just using anything to sit my phone up with. But just having a tripod is just easier, so that you don't have to worry about like leaning it on a couple things and trying to get the right angle. Next is a ring light. A ring light is not really important. Right now I'm just using my college light that I have from off of Amazon, but I do have a ring light that I bring out sometimes. but you don't really need a ring light, but you just want to make sure you get into a room that has a lot of light and you're able to really see yourself and your viewers were able to see you, because you don't want to be in a dark room, because it's just going to make like the video not, the focus of the video won't really be perceived, because it's just too dark to really see what's going on in the video. So I try to play with the exposure a lot on my camera, but it does go in and out. So perfect time to do videos is like morning, but if you have to film at night, you can use just a whole bunch of lamps. If you have lamps in your house, you don't really need a ring light. They are not that expensive, but it's not a need to have one. SD cards, you definitely need an SD card. I use the 128 gigabyte SD cards. I have like 4 or like 5 of them. You don't really need 4 or 5, because once I use one of them, I usually just delete the footage off and then reformat the SD card to my camera. And I really just have multiple in case I'm filming like a very long video and I can't use all the content on here, so I get another one and then just use that one too. But you gotta be careful when you do that, because that's how I lost my content before. If you take the SD card out that you have in your camera and then put another one in and then put the same one from before back in, you don't want to format the card, because that's going to delete all the footage that you have and you're going to be mad, because I was just so mad. But SD cards are also not that expensive. You can probably get one off of Amazon. But the thing is about SD cards, you probably want to get an expensive one. You don't want to get cheap with your SD cards, because you can really mess up your camera if you don't have like a good SD card. Next is a charger for your batteries. Oh, and then you also need batteries. I don't know why I didn't put this on here, but I can show you the batteries I have, because they're right here. These are the batteries that I use. I got this pack off of Amazon. You can go cheap with your batteries, and it also came with a charging kit with it, so that's good. And you don't really need a lot of batteries. I have 4 because I don't personally charge my camera. I just use the batteries as the charge for my camera, because this camera, even though it's really good, it dies super quick. So just having your batteries with you 24/7 is very important. You want to make sure they're all charged, because you just want to be able to quickly switch it out if you're doing like a long video. Next is camera cases and decoration. This is not really a need, it's just something cute. Like right now I have a really cute green case on my camera, and then just a really cute, like, I don't even know what these are called, like a camera hanger charm. It's like a wristlet kind of, but I don't really use it as a wristlet because the camera is heavy and I don't want it to fall. But it's just cute to add decorations to your camera, make it your own. And then a wide camera lens. I have one on right now because without it, this camera is very close. So this camera lens was $50, I believe, on Amazon. I'm gonna link everything down below that I talk about if you guys want to buy it if you have this camera. And it's very good. It's able to get me like a wider view, because without it, you guys will be probably really close to me right now. So I really love this lens, and it's not a need, it's just like if you have the money to buy a lens, it's good to invest in yourself. And then the last thing is a camera case, which is also not a need. It's just like if you're traveling, like when I moved from home to here, I had my camera in the case so it doesn't break. And it's just important to have, just in case like something happens, even though I hope nothing happens to my camera, but if something happens, it's better to have your camera in a case than rather just holding it. Next, I'm going to be talking about editing. I'm not going to be showing you guys how I edit in this video, but if you guys want to know how I edit, I don't mind showing you in a separate video. But the main apps that I use for editing is CapCut. I was so mad when CapCut was about to leave. I was in shambles trying to find a different app. So I do have 2 other apps that I did try out, which is Final Cut Pro. You gotta have a computer if you want to use Final Cut Pro. I don't know if it's only for Mac, but I think it might be. It was like a 90-day plan with Apple, and I was able to use Final Cut Pro, and it was good. But the thing is, nothing could beat CapCut. Like, CapCut just have so many advantages to it. Not anymore, because they took everything off and made it Pro, so that's why I have CapCut Pro now. But even without Pro, you don't really need to do the crazy transitions for just a beginner. But if you want to invest in your content, CapCut Pro is amazing. Not saying don't get Final Cut Pro, it's just very advanced, and I would not recommend it for beginners. I was so confused. And then I also have Wondershare Filmora. I also don't like Wondershare Filmora. It was very difficult to use, and the time where TikTok was like kind of like gone for like one day, and then they kept whispering about taking CapCut off too, even though it was gone for like 2 or 1 days. I was kind of slacking on YouTube because like I was like, what I'm gonna do without CapCut. But there are other softwares out there. I feel like iMovie is still in, but if you really want to know like the best and easy like software to use, I definitely recommend CapCut. And then I also recommend getting Pro because it's just so easy. Like, it's just so easy to use, so easy to upload your video, so easy to add your text, add your music, and all that. And CapCut also has built-in things too, like it has built-in sound effects for free, built-in like media, built-in fonts for free, all that you can just use to your advantage. And the next thing with editing, previews are your best friend, and also no long intro. So I love previews. If you go to any of my vlogs, I have a little like 17-second, maybe 10-second clip of what you guys are expecting to see in this video. And I think previews are super good. You can really get unique and creative when you're doing your previews and make it your own, because I feel like a preview kind of like pushes your reader to keep watching your video, because they're kind of like, ooh, that's cool, I wonder like what she was doing through that video. Also, captions are super important. So if you have in your caption like going on like vacation, and then in your preview it's like you in a bikini on a beach, it puts the two together. So having a good preview is really important. And also, going back to no long intros, you don't need a long intro. You don't need like thousands of pictures of yourself for 30 seconds, because honestly no one is gonna sit and watch it. They're gonna skip through it. And if you're using the same intro every single time in your video, it can get very repetitive and people will not want to see the same intro. So just a very simple, maybe just your channel name and a cute little symbol is a good intro. 2 seconds. Or doing a preview, which with music, with text, with just very like cool transitions and cool clips, draw the viewer in to watching your video. Next is fonts. I don't know that much about fonts. I have on here thefont.com. A lot of people use thefont.com. I tried to use it. Wasn't really my favorite. I need to really branch out and try different things. But on here I also have Canva and CapCut. Since I have CapCut as my editing software, I just get all my fonts from there. They have tons of fonts. And then when I do my thumbnails and I use Canva, I just get the fonts from Canva already. I don't use thefont.com that much, but I know you can use the font and bring it over to Canva, and I'm pretty sure you can bring it over to CapCut too and download the fonts and use it there if you wanted to use like a special font for your video. Next, we're going to be talking about music / copyright. Copyright is basically when the owner of the music is copyrighting your video because you can't profit off of that sound. So you want to be able to find copyright free music. So I have on here Tipsy Turtle. That's a channel that makes copyright free music for the most part, but sometimes it's not copyright free. So I think you should screen record the video, then upload it to YouTube, and if it's copyrighted, then you should not use that sound. And then same with the copyright free music on YouTube. You can do it the same way. Screen record it, then upload it to YouTube, and it will tell you if it's going to be copyrighted or not, and then you can just not use it. Same with SoundCloud. SoundCloud has a lot of sound remixes that you can use, but you just want to make sure that you don't get copyrighted from the sound, because you won't be able to profit off of that video. Lastly, I want to talk about thumbnails and then show you a tutorial on how I did my most recent thumbnail. So for thumbnails, I use Canva or I use Collage. For Collage, I don't use it all the time, but for videos in the past I have used Collage. Started there, then move over to Canva, because Canva just has more options and more things to use. So I definitely recommend Canva. Canva also has a free trial, but I have ran out of free trials, so I don't really want to get Canva Pro, but I feel like I might have to. Canva Pro also like offers you a lot of stuff, but it's not really a need. Canva by itself is definitely fine. The last thumbnail that I made it without having to pay. I just used Canva by itself. Okay, so I just started screen recording, and this is the thumbnail that we're going to be using for the video, and I just added a page. So we're going to start here, but we're going to just copy the exact same thumbnail that I did. So first, on the side, you want to go to elements, you're going to scroll down and go to grids. And then on grids, you have so many options to pick from. I love grids so much. Like, grids are just my best friend. But we're going to keep scrolling until I find the grid that I used in the thumbnail above. And it's this one. So there's the grid. And we're just going to go to the top to spacing and see it that it's at 10. We're going to bring it down to 0, which will clear out the lines, because if I make it farther, then it will just be space, and we don't want any space. We want it to have no space. So we're going to bring it to 0, and now we're going to add my pictures. So we're going to go to camera roll, and we're going to add this picture in, and we're going to add this picture, and then this one. And then you just kind of just drag the pictures wherever you want them to go. That's really the main thing that you're doing here. And we're missing a picture, and then this one. And then that's just really the main part of your thumbnail. You could stop here, but like there's no fonts. There's nothing going on. Next, we're going to add this little circle that I have here. So we're going to go back to elements, get out of grids, and go to frames. Frames also has tons of things to work with. If I didn't want to do a circle, which we have right here in the basic shapes, I could do like a square, or I could do this Polaroid. So instead of the circle, let's do a Polaroid for this thumbnail. So I kind of curved it a little bit, and then we're going back to camera roll, and we're going to use this picture of Capitol Hill, and I'm also going to make it a little smaller. And then that's super cute. Now we're going to go to text, and we're going to go add a heading, and I'm going to type in college. And then up here where it says Canva Sans, that's where all the fonts are in Canva. And as you can see at the top here, they also have labels of what each font is. So if you want a fun font, they have a fun section. If you want a display font, they have a display section, handwriting, all that. They just have it here, and they have tons of options, and most of them are free, which is great. We're going to do a different font this time. I'm going to go to sports, and we're going to just pick this font, Sports World, and then we're going to go to that A right here at the top. And what I love about Canva is that they do photo colors, and it will show you all the colors that you used in your thumbnail, and it will give you options on what to use. And this is very good if you want to match colors with what's going on in your video. So that's what I did before. So we're going to make the background this white color. We're going to make the font like this white color, and then we're going to go to effects up here, and then hit outline, and then we're going to make it this blue color. That's not the same blue as the my suit, but it's kind of similar, so that's why I did blue. And then we're also going to make the thickness a little bit bigger for this word, and then we're going to just kind of drag it out and make it giant, and then put it up here. And then we're going to do the same thing again. You can really just duplicate this, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just duplicate it, but we're going to change this to diaries. And then this one is just going to be no effects. We're actually going to just do the lift effect. That's pretty much my favorite effect to use. And then we're going to kind of copy my past thumbnail and do like a handwriting, and we can just do that one. I think before, for this effect to kind of make it offset, I did this splice effect, which made it, oh wait, no, I did the shadow, my bad. I did shadow, and then also changed the color a little bit of the background to kind of look like the word was kind of levitating off the page. But it's so many effects on Canva, so that's why it's hard to remember everything, but they do have tons of effects to work with. And then I'm going to show you how I did the curve on this word. So we're going to go to subheading and type Capitol Hill. and we're gonna make this the same color as the one up there, and then we're just gonna match a random font and bring this down. And then we're going back to effects and then go down to shape and curve. And since I'm not doing the circle, it doesn't look the best, but I just want to show y'all how I did that curve animation. But if you didn't want to do a curve, you can just make this word actually black, make it super small, and then we can kind of make it seem like it's like written on the Polaroid, which is super cool. You can probably make it a little bit bigger, but that's just what we're gonna do for this one. And then for the conference, DC, and all that, I just did a basic heading and just wrote whatever I wanted to write on there and just dragged it down. And that's pretty much how I do my thumbnails. There's not really no like fancy way of doing it. It's really just, you just do your thumbnail and you just make it your own, make it unique. And also to save it, I do download it and then do it as a JPG, because that just works for what YouTube asks for, and that's literally it. But yeah, that's literally how you make thumbnails. If y'all do want to edit the tutorial, I don't mind showing y'all. And there are more like hacks to Canva. You can do more interesting looking thumbnails, but I just try to keep it simple but also make it kind of cute. And that's just how I do my thumbnails. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all the advice I can give y'all about starting and growing your YouTube channel. I just want to state again, just have fun. You don't really have to stress about what exactly you need to do. Just make sure you have a niche, make sure you know what you want, and make sure having a YouTube channel is what you want to do. Don't just do it because of the money, because you don't get monetized immediately. I should have talked more about monetization, but I haven't gone through it, so I can't really talk about something I haven't gone. But overall, you just have to have 500 subscribers, and then you also have to have, I believe, 1,000 watch hours. That may be wrong, it might be more. Hold on, let me look it up actually. And I can just show y'all the right thing. No, you have to have 3,000. You have to have 3,000 valued public watch hours in the last 365 days, and then you have to have 500 subscribers and then 3 uploads in the last 90 days. So you have to stay consistent with YouTube, and to get monetized you have to follow the steps. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy seeing me talk about how to start and grow a YouTube channel. If you guys had any questions, comment down below, and I really hope this video helped y'all and you're able to start a YouTube channel in 2025, because it's never too late and it's super fun and I just love doing it. So I will definitely see y'all in the next video. Bye.